Hey guys, Rayon here. This is the second video that I'm doing on my deed Scar of Velious. I did the first one a couple of weeks ago, and at the time I had just moved into the deed. I had just leveled out a small amount of dirt, and that was all I did, and I just had a little introduction video. Now, to be quite honest, I haven't actually done much more since then. It's just been terraforming. So this is the same patch of dirt. I've got a temporary animal pen, as you can see. Lots and lots of sheep. I like the sheep because I can get wool off them. And what you'll see down here is I've started to bring down this area quite a bit further. So my token is down here. And by bringing this lot down further, this has given me a much bigger area that I'm going to be able to expand onto here. So one thing I didn't show on the first video was the kind of the beachy area around here. So I'm just going to show you that. So I'm going to be able to bring this out a little bit further. And one of the things that I want to do at a later stage is to put a dock in for some ships. At the moment my rowboat is still parked where I left it when I first got here, which was a few weeks ago, and it's not likely to move. I haven't been anywhere since, not by boat anyway. So yeah, I quite like keeping things in with the natural look of the land. So I like this beachy area. I might actually extend it a bit, sort of bring up the sand a little bit higher to give it more of a beachy feel. But here you can see on the live map we're starting to sort of come out onto almost a little peninsula. So what I would probably do is sort of extend outwards from here into the sea to create a dock area, and we'll have a sort of a natural kind of looking port. I'm not a fan of building things up into big square shapes. And so I'll show you also the other terraforming that I've done. I brought down the hill that I started on, and I started to bring up the valley, which is over to the west of the deed, and I've extended the deed quite a bit further. And I've ended up going in a different direction that I had to what I originally extended. If you recall, in the first video I said that I was planning to go down into those pine trees over there to make a mine, and that's what this dirt path was for. I just basically came down from the token, started creating a dirt path, and I thought I'll keep going until I find a suitable place to create a mine. And it just didn't happen. I got down there and found it was really flat. So what I did was I had a look on the map, and I thought, further west there's a hill, sort of basically over there in between the two sets of trees. And so that's where my mine went, and I'll show you that in a bit. What I have done is, so over here, this is what I'm bringing down. Obviously I still haven't taken this down yet, so I need to put my pen somewhere else. Oh, these are ready to harvest now. So over here is where I have been bringing the level up. So I started with a fairly small area, which was over here, and oh, hang on, I've got my cat has just don't sit there. Sorry, my cat has decided to just come and sit right in front of me. When I say right in front of me, I mean he literally sits basically on my face. So yeah, this was the original part that I brought up, and it wasn't very much space, and so I've decided to bring it up a little bit further. Okay, my cat is now sitting on my keyboard. Okay, he's just come back after I moved him, and this came out really far, all the way out to these maple trees, which I wasn't really expecting. I mean, my deed doesn't come out anywhere near this far. It's about halfway through. But one of the things that I would like to do in this area is make a big castle. It's something that I've never done before in Worm, and I'd really like to, and I've got the space for it here. So I quite like the idea of putting it somewhere here, backing into these trees, and then I've got this huge open area here. It's going to be a lot bigger. I'm going to take down some more of this, and I can extend where I'd started to put the dirt down. You can see over here I'm going to take down a bit more, but I'll keep it. You see over this side it just goes into the natural slope of the land. That's the same thing that I will do over here. I'll keep bringing this down until I get to a point where it starts to look unnatural, and then I'll smooth it off. But over here, once I bring this up, I'm going to have a very, very large flat area, and of course as I take down the rest of that hill, that's going to be another big flat area over there. So what I also want to show you is where I have put my mine. It's actually in between these two sets of trees, and it's over by that hill. Another thing you might notice is that there's a lot less mobs now. I've been slowly killing off the scorpions and trolls with the help of my guard. I mean, there's still a ton of scorpions, and the reason for that is there is actually a scorpion stone over in that pine forest somewhere, but they're not a problem because they can't outrun the cart. They're extremely slow. My cat is just sitting on my desk purring. Do you want to say hi to the people online? Hmm. Well, let's go over the scorpion and say hi, scorpion. You can't get me because you're too slow. Ooh. Oh, I hate that noise. One of the really nice things that I've done on this server is I decided to become a priest. I'm always a priest, but I decided to go foe instead of Vin. I'm always usually a Vin priest, but because of the way the religion works on this server, you can cast any white light spell regardless of which actual priest you are. So the choice of priest is basically about which of the bonuses you wanted to do. And I knew that with foe, once you get to 60 faith, there's certain creatures that don't aggro you. So for example, that bear over there, if I get a bit closer to the bear so I can mouse over him, you'll see that I have a blue outline and not a red one where he's not aggro. I'm actually nearly at 70 faith, which is pretty awesome. I love that you can just pray an unlimited number of times, so I just leave myself logged in and just pray rather a lot. But there we go, yeah, you see he's not aggro, and it's the same wolves, bears, spiders, cats. There's another bear down here. Okay, so this is my mine. So it's a little bit of a trek from the main deed, but I wanted it out the way because as you can see, it's just this massive hole in the ground. And that's something that I find really ugly. I mean, I did actually end up finding some rock underneath my token. I flattened out the area, but I need to surface mine to bring it down by 1 dirt because it hit rock right underneath the token tile, which is a bit annoying. But I don't want to have a massive hole like this in the middle of the deed. It would just look awful. I was actually hoping that this would be more of a steep hill, but it wasn't. It's just a gentle hill, and as you can see, it was fairly kind of flattish. I surface mined down, and what I'll probably end up doing is putting some kind of fence up the top. Now, if I just go into the entrance of the mine, I'm not going to go all the way in there, but you can now see on the live map over in the top left corner, this is me here on the entrance tile, but the yellow is gold, the red is iron, the white is marble, and the green is copper. So I've managed to expose 4 different ore veins very quickly. So, it's a very small mine I've got at the moment, so that's cool. And all I've got over here is a tiny little house just so I could put a bed in, so I've got some sleep bonus. And I have a single BSB over here which has just got all my rock shards and things in there. That's another nice thing about this particular server, is that they installed a mod which means that the capacity is greatly increased. For BSBs it's not infinite, but I've heard people saying that they had a BSB with like 100,000 rock shards in it, which is kind of crazy. But it's quite nice because it means that I don't have to have 20 BSBs full of dirt, for example. I've got 8,000 dirt in the BSB over by my token, and I've already put down probably 3,000 or 4,000, maybe even more than that. I'm not sure. I've not been counting, but it's a lot. Okay, so that's about it really. It's still pretty much just a patch of dirt. I don't really have anything else. Oh, what's on me now? Oh, another scorpion. So yeah, I'm going to carry on doing that terraforming, and then I think the first thing that I will do after that, the first thing I'm going to build is going to be some kind of little farmhouse. I'd like to get more into the farming, and breeding animals, but I don't quite know exactly where I want to put them. You know, the farmland and the animals that I've got at the moment, that's just temporary. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have them on this, you know, the lower area where near the trees, or if I'm going to have them on the higher area at the hill there. So I'm not sure there. Okay, I don't think there's much more to say, so I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching.